Hey YouTube, this is Southern Purple One and welcome to Boots on the Ground. If you have anything you can offer, send it to southernpurple1 at yahoo.com, southernpurple1, and that's just number one, at yahoo.com. Let's get right into our small business shout out of the day. Is a complete animal removal company that takes care of pest management in the sense of little critters get in your house, wildlife. So they do the removal, and they also will do restoration for crawl spaces and attics, and they'll do work to keep the animals out. They don't want the animal or another animal like it to come back. So they're in the Kentucky, Tennessee area. They're in Nashville, Chattanooga, Cookeville region, as well as Bowling Green and Lexington. The website is animalsremoved.com. So I'll leave a link there for you. Go check them out. They also said mention Southern Purple One and receive a 10% discount off of trapping. So hopefully that will help. This comes from a conveyor company in the Louisville area that just laid off 147 workers. And this is because of the Amazon cutbacks is affecting conveyor industry, both the engineering and the shop floor. So the same company laid off their third shift in July. So additional cuts are probably going to come. And other industries that feed this industry are being affected, which will probably get layoffs too. This person also said there's some engineering areas in the control areas that are being affected, so there's other companies that are definitely going to have more layoffs just because Amazon is so big, and when they stop buying or needing more services done, it affects everyone. I want to share some positive news from the Netherlands for a change. Finally, people are getting some aid, financial aid. The government did give some of the people that were making minimum income or on welfare a 10% pay raise. Also, they capped natural gas, and that will affect heating, and it will affect electricity. So there is some good news. The thing that caught me by surprise in the email was hopefully it is enough to make everyone be able to afford a healthy meal and heating again. This person said, please pray for me and so many others who have lost their job. I was in a customer service for about a year, and he's in the verifying insurance for the medical field. So they've had some cutbacks. So pray for this guy, pray for everyone that needs a job. This is Middle Tennessee area. I stopped at a local Tractor Supply last night. As I walked around the store, I noticed the shelves were not as well stocked as normal. Lots of empty spaces or limited amount of items. I noticed especially in the livestock area and pet medication, a lot of things were missing completely, as in removed. I thought it was just me, so I asked my husband if he noticed anything, as he usually heads into the tool department to browse. He immediately said their shelves are empty. On a positive note, they had 3 full displays of vegetable seed packets, although the price on them were on average $4 a packet. I am struggling to find like-minded people. Is my observation that people prefer to put their head in the sand and ignore the obvious. Every morning, 2 of my friends and I have a group text chat. We text about all kinds of things. Yesterday, I asked if anyone saw the stats on how many people are behind on the rent and mortgage. One of my friends told me I need to watch cartoons because she wants to be happy. This person is always in some financial trouble, never has enough food, and totally thinks the government will save her. That was not even the point of the chat. It was just a fact. This led me to think how to find like-minded people living in the suburbs 20 miles from the city. Any suggestions will be appreciated. I mean, that could be a whole video. And I guess I need to address it in a separate video. It's hard to find people. If your area, like mine, is very conducive, it's very easy for me to find preppers. They just seem to flock to this area. If you live in an area that doesn't have a lot of preppers, it's difficult. I'll cover this in a separate video. Today, I was driving on I-26 east towards Charleston. The westbound lanes leaving the city were jammed with stopped traffic for miles and miles. There must have been an accident somewhere. I noticed that there was an abundance of trucks probably leaving from the port. More than half of them had a small one shipping container load and not the usual full semi-loads you will see. I see this more and more now. I had my daughter snap some pictures for you. I also called my credit union this week to set up a dedicated checking account for business. The rep gave me an unsolicited spiel about their newest certified product with a 5% interest rate. He said it was the highest they had in 10 years. The banks must be desperate for deposits now that everyone is getting wise to the imminent financial collapse. I am sure there will be many who will take this offer, willing to jeopardize their money with a potential bail-in for a 5% rate of return because they're not paying attention to what's really going on. I think I may have told you in my last report about some meat prices. Just want to let you know that I canned 4 Costco rotisserie chickens I bought this week for $20. It amounted to 11 pints of meat and 6 quarts of bone broth. This is shelf-stable meat and nutritious broth for a significant reduced cost that store-bought canned chicken or bone broth. Right now, a 4-pack of canned chicken is going for about $13. So those $20 of rotisserie chickens can feed my family of 5 for about 11 to 25 meals, depending on how I prepare it. So just, you got to be very creative nowadays. This person said, I'm in Anchorage in a 7-unit condo. Our garage is shared by others. There's a storage area for each unit. The garage door comes with a fob. Someone broke in and went into all our storage units, including ours. They stole from everyone else, but not us. I find that weird, but we have really nothing of value. I checked our truck cam, but supposedly this was a daytime break-in. Our place has cameras and alarms up. Make sure your listeners knows that most wireless security systems need to be on WP3 security, or thieves can jam it via and they give an app that you can use, but I'm not going to say it publicly over here. So far, we've been lucky in our house. I stay home until he gets home, then I go out. The days of leaving together is long gone. Today was in the midweek Bible study at my church. The head elder commented to me if I had any eggs right now. If I did, I would be the most popular person in the county. He told us that in the last 2 days, he went to Safeway, Kroger's, Walmart. None of these stores had any eggs. I've seen at the food bank I volunteer that we had eggs when no one else had them. However, in the last few weeks, we have received no eggs either. In addition, we are getting less food overall, and this is hitting some of the families we serve very hard. I've been helping the hardest hit families from time to time with some of my own emergency supply because they have 2 very small children. I've had to suspend this aid for now because my family does not have enough money coming in, and my first duty is to my own. You probably all heard about the large fire at the chemical plant. This is 80 miles southwest of Chicago. It just seems like more infrastructure is being damaged. I don't know if there's been a cause of this, but people had to shelter in place. Illinois passed legislation recently enacting a statewide ban on so-called assault rifles and placed a limit on magazine capacity. The governor signed the legislation late Tuesday night. This would basically outlaw assault rifles or assault weapons attachments, and also 50 caliber cartridges will be limited or banned, and a limit in a magazine. So more gun control is being pushed when we need more criminal control. I received a letter saying there was a market cost increase of 25% on, I guess, gas, natural gas. My last gas bill was $185. That was $100 more than the previous. My current bill right now, when it came in at $283. The next projected bill from my gas company website is going to run me $468. My usage has not increased. So a lot of people are going to be hit with huge bills. Start preparing for that. Start cutting where you can cut. I mean, cut your cable TV. Go with Roku. Go with whatever you can. You're going to need to start cutting now. Don't wait till you get behind on your bills and then say, oh, I need to cut back. Cut back now. Get rid of the cable. Get rid of going out to eat. Anything you could do. This person said large eggs weigh about 0.11 pounds each, or 1.3 pounds per dozen. If eggs are $5 a dozen, then they are about $3.80 per pound. I like how he looks at that. I visited Sam yesterday in Texas, no eggs at all, but boneless pork loins were $1.98 a pound. Surprising to realize that eggs are twice the price of a boneless pork chop. So think of it as that. You're paying $3.80 per pound for your eggs at $5 a dozen. This person a couple days ago went to Costco in Greenville for eggs. They were totally out. We drove to Spartanburg Costco. They had eggs, but they only had 5 dozen boxes, as in the 5 dozen in a box. We might have to share with our neighbors. This is in southeastern Massachusetts. Yesterday, we went to get fuel, and they were only super available. The gas station let us pay the 89 price, so the lower grade price. So that was nice. Also, my son's car died, and it was the ECU board, basically the brains of the engine. We had tried to locate a part, but to no avail. We purchased a refurb, and it didn't work. So a good car is sitting idle due to no parts, and if they can't get it, then I don't know what we're going to do. So I'm hearing lots and lots of this. Parts not available. I live in a small rural town here in South Carolina and went to my local IGA yesterday. From what I understand, grocers that operate through the IGA have a little bit more authority over their prices. This particular store tends to be a little bit more expensive, but I paid $6.50 for a 32-ounce jar of Duke mayonnaise. $6.50. The meat shelves were actually well stocked, as were most other items, but I noticed that many of the meats were close to their sell-by date. It seems as if fewer and fewer people are wanting to buy meat due to the prices. Everything looked okay, so I went and bought a few packages of meat that were on sale, but here's the oddity. They had a small freestanding freezer with sliding doors on top, and this particular freezer usually has anything from spiral slice hams to burger kits for a cookout. I looked into the freezer, and while there was some meat, majority of it was filled with packages of shredded Mexican cheese, and I kid you not, boxes of Twinkies and a bag of donuts. I heard people say there seems to be similar things at their grocery stores. I guess they're trying to fill up empty spaces. Yes, they do not want empty spaces at any store. They'll put whatever they can so you don't notice how bare it is. I ordered a 4-pack of door handles with locks from Amazon for $29.97. They were supposed to arrive on the 9th. When they did not arrive, I checked my account. There was a problem in shipping. I would have to reorder. The price is now $119. This is a follow-up from a previous one. Our cat loader in the waste industry has been down for 5 months due to a bad engine, and we reported it on here. Our newer machine, about 4.5 years old, the engine went at 8,000 hours. Cat told me in January on the long block remanufactured engine. They told me Monday that it's pushed back to April due to a lack of parts. I can see that will probably even pushed out even further. And this is Cat, a huge company, and they can't get the parts to support their equipment. This is from Central Vermont. 18-pack of large eggs are going for over $8.50 at the local supermarket. I am shopping the big sales and canning as much as I can. I canned 7 quarts and 18 pints of chicken on Sunday. Got the chicken thighs for $1.49 a pound and the breast for $1.99. Far cheaper than normal. They have been around $3.99 a pound for many months. They also had pork tenderloins for $1.99. So, yes, I'm hearing lots and lots more people buying things on sale and taking that meat and canning it. I want to share some photos from a trip to Costco and Trader Joe's in California. No eggs, totally wiped out. Costco management said try coming back in the morning as eggs are usually gone by midday. I did find eggs at Smart and lousy selection, and it averaged about $5 a dozen. So the egg shortages seem to be a real deal in California. First time since the pandemic. I have not seen the stores with eggs. This is in South Dakota. Eggs run about $6 a dozen for the last few months. But in the last 2 months, we were able to get brown eggs, not organic or free range, but the brown ones for $2.49 or $1.99, while the white eggs on the same shelf are $6. I buy as many as I can freeze dried while they're here. My guess is these eggs usually go to factories that use eggs for making something else and are now being diverted. Also having reports that organic eggs on the shelf are cheaper than the white eggs. So look, make sure you get the best deal. I live in a small town in Georgia. that used to have virtually no crime. So it seems these days the crime and drugs are everywhere. Lots of car breaks in, lots of everything getting stolen out of people's yards. Not long ago, there was an armed home invasion. And just yesterday, there was an armed robbery attempt at the local gas station. Thank goodness there was 3 armed customers there that detained the suspect until the police could get there. Scary times indeed. Keep your head on a swivel, people, because it can happen in a small rural town, then it can happen anywhere. Just had my friends confirm egg price scarcity. We're getting about $6 to $7 per dozen. Isn't rare for the regular ones, and these aren't organic. They also said that we went to Kroger and got coffee. The cans getting smaller, prices going up. So, a lot of reports. I didn't include all of them, of sizes of products going down and prices going up. I live in Central Virginia, and I had my truck at the dealership for 3 months now, waiting for a new transmission. They told me most new parts are on back order and that they are at the mercy of the supplier. So this guy has been waiting for 3 months. My truck has only 50,000 miles on it. The quality of new vehicles are not good. Thank goodness my truck is still under warranty. So more and more problems with supply issues. This is a sad one, but I want to tell you because I want you to pray for this lady. She has contributed to reports, and you'll recognize this report. I am the one that told you the story of needing the piece of tape for my Amazon return box, and a kind woman that went out to her car and got me a roll of tape, so I didn't have to pay that extra. I think it was $3. I am also the same one that manages the school milk fund that supplies needy children. This one has touched my heart. They've been doing good. I think they give, at recess, they give children an extra thing of milk. These are good news reports, and I try to make at least half of the things I send be positive. But today is different. On January 3rd, my husband was found dead in our home in Texas. He works and lives there most of the time, and I live in Illinois. I did not hear from him for a few days, so I contacted the police, and they were able to get into the house and found that he was deceased. So pray for this lady. But she says, so why would this be interest to any prepper? While you are preparing for every disaster, be sure to prepare your personal and financial information to make things easy for your spouse or children if something happens to you. It doesn't need even to be a death. It could be an illness or an accident. I'm living in a nightmare trying to deal with thousands of details and questions. I don't even have time to cry. So pray for her and prepare yourself in case you are in an accident or you pass away, so your relatives will have it much easier. And I want to finish it off on a high note. Hi, Dave. Thanks for all you do. We were absolutely blown away at the supermarket. We were in line, and a gentleman ahead of us had a large cart of yummy food. I commented on it, and I also commented on his red velvet cake he had in the cart. And I mentioned my grandmother, which has since been deceased, used to always make me a red velvet cake for my birthday. He passed the cake to the cashier and said the cake is for her behind me. I was so surprised and shocked that he would do such a nice thing. He paid for the cake and passed it to me. How absolutely sweet of him. Good people do exist. So, yes, there was some good kindness there. Continue to show people kindness. Just that little bit of smile at someone holding the door. You don't know what they're going through. They might be having the worst possible day. Their heart could be broken. Their life could be in shambles. Show a little kindness. So, pray for this lady that had her husband pass away. And if you can be kind to someone, be kind to someone. Thanks for watching.